Just wanted to share a thought that I have after reading Matthew chapter 7. So in the beginning of Matthew chapter 7, Jesus, one of his sayings to the disciples is a word about judging others. And the main idea that one could gather from that is, before you judge someone else, make sure that you are together first. He talked about getting the mote out of your eye and then being able to help your brother or sister get the mote out of their eye. And the key idea behind that is to actually help, not gossip about, but to actually help. And so I was just kind of just meditating on that chapter, that particular part of the chapter. And I was reminded that as believers, that's something that we have to ensure that we're doing at this time and going forward. It's going to get harder and harder to do this, but we need to ensure that when it comes to us judging ourselves, us asking ourselves, am I right? Am I on the right side of an issue, a world issue, an issue at work, an issue in a relationship, whatever it is? Am I thinking right about this? Are my thoughts and actions in alignment with God's word? Or am I using another source as a basis of my rightness or my morality? As believers, we can't expect the world to do this, but as believers, we should ensure that our actions, our thoughts are judged by God's word, because his word is going to endure forever, not our emotions, not our feelings, not how we would have written the scriptures, not what we want God to say, but are our actions. That's a question that we should ask ourselves when we really care about getting the mote out of our eyes, ensuring that our lives, our actions, our thoughts, the things we say align with God's word. And the best way to do that is to go to God's word, to be familiar with God's word, so that when things come up in your day-to-day life, when you're looking out and seeing what's going on in the world, one thing that will really help you is knowing God's word and going to God's word to see, okay, what does God's word say about this topic? And then spending time in prayer, asking God to lead and guide us concerning things that we may have questions about, things that we're not aware of. And so that was just a thought that I wanted to share from my study time. What have you been learning from your study time? Have a wonderful day.